Hello there everybody, What Culture Wrestling's Adam Cleary here, and I know I didn't I? Said we weren't going to do this anymore, but I also said I was going to go vegetarian this year, and look how that turned out. But yes, now that SmackDown has gone to Fox on a Saturday, it rendered this whole thing quite difficult to do, because I would normally write it on the Thursday, record it on the Friday, and it would go out over the weekend. But because the go-home show now moves to a time when I'm not going to be in work anymore, it was going to just tear it all up and throw it out the window, so we decided it was impractical. But then I am occasionally in on a Saturday, so I just thought, well, might as well. And thankfully, WWE didn't take Friday night's episode of SmackDown and do this to my script with it. Ooh, magic. So what we are left with is still What Culture's most bankable source of pre-pay-per-view hits, last-minute rumors, where I round up all the great and the good and everything else, if I'm being honest, in the rumor mill, all the speculation, all the talk, all the whispers, all the hearsay, everything, condense it into one video so you don't have to go trawling for it, and then I tell you whether or not it's bullshit or not. So without further ado, because I am running out of time already on this working weekend, my name is Adam Cleary, this is the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board, and these are all the last-minute rumours for Survivor Series you need to know. Number 10, CAIN VELASQUEZ costs Lesnar. Alright, so costs might not be the correct word for this, because since they changed the stipulation to no disqualification, there is absolutely no chance in hell that Rey Mysterio wins this match in any capacity. Like, you might have won it on a technicality but not got the belt before, but now no, that's not going to happen. It's no DQ, so what we're going to get is Brock Lesnar feeding him, physically feeding him, several weapons and possibly his own son. However, according to a number of reports, CAIN VELASQUEZ, yes, remember him, the big scary thing from 300, he is back in training at the Performance Center ahead of a long-awaited return for WWE's upcoming tour of Mexico. And what better way to reintroduce him after his relatively humiliating defeat to Brock Lesnar than to have him beat up Brock Lesnar again, I guess. There's no real narrative way WWE could explain why he would choose to do that after the match instead of helping his actual pal win the WWE Championship in the process, but since when has that ever stopped them before? Never is when.
If it's not one thing, it's going to be the other. What does he think he is, Brad Shepherd?
I think I'd rather actual CAIN show up than that chubby, charismaless prick. Please don't hurt me.
Genuinely forgot he exists.
Number 9, MADDIN costs Lesnar. Pretty much exactly what I just said, except replace the words CAIN VELASQUEZ with MADDIN. Although not even slightly at all, because he wasn't embarrassed by Lesnar and he isn't working hard ahead of a Mexico tour, and anyway, it's the same principle. Basically, MADDIN got chucked off the stage trying to protect Jerry Lawler. He's going to come back and get some revenge on Brock Lesnar because they want him to be a wrestler? I don't know.
No, Cleary, that's a bad rumour. Bad rumour, Cleary.
Not mine.
Nah, let's not have commentators ruin the show. We have that every week. Mamma mia!
I've seen less bullshit in fields, mate.
Number 8, Elias returns. Yes, we all forgot about him, didn't we? Elias has been off television for, I want to say, about 2-3 months since beating Ali in a King of the Ring quarter-final match on an episode of SmackDown. I think that's all right. I forgot to check. And since then, he's been, well, not very busy. At the time, we heard that he had a broken ankle, but the severity of this was never actually confirmed, which is normally a little bit of a telltale for WWE just quietly taking someone off television for a bit. If it's an actual injury, you tend to get medical reports going, oh, he's going to be sidelined for XYZ amount of months, but we didn't get that with Elias. He was just kind of like, it's a bad one, he's off. But I said he hasn't been busy at all. He has been busy lately because he posted a video on his Instagram, again, I think that's right, of him playing the piano, and the song was, I wrote this down, A Change Is Gonna Come, from Sam Cooke's 1960 seminal back catalogue. I think Otis Redding covered it. It's far more famous by other people, but it's a Sam Cooke song. A change is gonna come, eh? One interesting song to be playing if you're a wrestler about to make a return, potentially. I think in this case, though, we can take a change is gonna come to mean that, like, he's just gonna come back and crack some skulls together, not that he's gonna alter his gimmick, because, well, I mean, it's not as fresh as it once was, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, like me.
Somebody's got to walk these hands!
Yes! Good that.
Illinois is home to the world's largest bottle of catsup. Sorry, I got bored and started Googling Illinois stuff. So.
See where the theme might come in.
Yep.
The only thing getting strummed on Sunday is Jerry Lawler when he sees 30 tits at once. Who wants to wank with the king?
Number 7, Triple H joins Team NXT. This was the one I thought I was going to have to rip up and throw away, but it has been a long few weeks since NXT invaded that episode of SmackDown when everybody was stranded in Saudi Arabia for completely innocent technical reasons. And yet in that time, they've still not announced officially who the 5 women in the women's match are going to be and who the 5 men in the men's match are going to be. We are left to speculate on who it will be. Now, yes, there was a bit of a tease on SmackDown last night that the women are going to be the 4 in the War Games match: Rhea Ripley, Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, and their good pal Toni Storm. But that has not been rubber stamped. And the men's, Christ, is anybody's guess. But one name which has very consistently come up time and time and time again is that of Hunter Hearst Helmsley, as he's known to his mother. He is being rumoured as the captain of Team NXT. Now, if you think this is a terrible idea because it's putting Triple H over when he should be showcasing the actual talent on his actual show, you are not alone in that regard, because he apparently has zero interest in doing it, or so he said on the media call ahead of Survivor Series. But apparently, people backstage at WWE are pushing him to do it because Papa Hunter. And I mean, can we just take a second? If I was definitely not going to be leading a team at Survivor Series, would I have rented a tank for the episode of SmackDown? No.
Daddy's got his help here, his little NXT babies. They're so green and indie. Ooh.
Illinois is home to the world's only river that flows backwards. Sorry, I got distracted again. Yeah, of course he bloody will.
Flows backwards.
Nah, Triple H wouldn't bury his roster like that. That's Vince's job.
Number 6, CM Punk features somehow. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. The one reason I'm kind of glad that we stopped doing this show full time is because I get really sick of going, CM Punk's gonna come back? ? And now that he's back on a WWE adjacent show, not a WWE show, I hasten to remind you, it's only gonna get worse. Look, the man knows exactly what he's doing. He's come back to work with WWE, if not for WWE, and he's getting involved on social media with a number of members of the roster. He's tagging Tony Khan in things. He's calling out Seth Rollins. He knows exactly what this is going to do for his profile and for his standing and for his career and likely for his bank account, but there's just nothing. So everybody needs to stop speculating about this, because if everybody speculates about it, I have to put it in these articles, and I'm really sick of putting it in these articles. And if you want my 2 cents on all of this, I think CM Punk probably will wrestle for WWE again at some point, but it is categorically not going to be. His big surprise return to wrestling is not going to be 2 weeks after he debuted on a commentary show on another network, because you've already ruined the big surprise. You've now got to let it just settle for a little bit. So someday, not here, please.
The CM Punk rumor's back! You get it! Woohoo! Woo!
There is more chance of Enzo making an appearance.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? Clickbait thumbnail cash money.
Number 5, Liv Morgan returns. Yeah, this is another one that's just been floating around for ages now. Liv Morgan's apparent rumoured return as this like sinister, evil, lots of black eye makeup, every single girl I went out with in my early 20s gimmick has been talked about for absolutely ages now. Pretty much constantly since she lost to Charlotte, and she was squashed by Charlotte on that episode of SmackDown in like 2.5 minutes. And what happens is every now and then she does a little tweet where people are like, oh, this is what it's going to be, and like, oh my god, she's going to be Sister Abigail or something, and then nothing happens. But she's been ramping up the anticipation a bit because she keeps tweeting about Survivor Series. She had a big maniacal laugh when she was left out of both teams, and then said, soon they will see. They'll learn soon. I was close. Now, I wouldn't normally give this one too much stock, although I probably would still put it in the article, but the fact that Sarah Logan remains as like this isolated member of the SmackDown team does give you some nice narrative inroads there. She could either cost her, setting up a feud to get her return in, or she could appear out of nowhere and help her. Either way, she's still technically a part of SmackDown, so she could be used to help them win.
Liv Morgan's a goth now.
Yeah, who knows? We all know who we really want back, right, guys?
Maybe she's in Eric Rowan's cage. Sounds like something Kevin Dunn would do.
Number 4, the pre-show. Yes, long-term viewers of this show will know that there's always something about the pre-show, especially on these big pay-per-views. Will they move something to it? Will they add something to it? Well, we're getting a 2-hour pre-show apparently, and the hottest rumours in town for this are the OC versus the Street Profits, because why wouldn't you do inter-brand warfare on the intra-brand warfare show, and Humberto Carrillo versus someone. That's genuinely all that's out there. They're going to add matches, but just take your pick.
What about the 24-year-old piece of gold, baby? He's the Cruiserweight champion, and they're always on the pre-show.
Eeny, meeny, miny, woe. Turn up now, I'm bout to blow. Up and y'all don't even know. Powder keg about to explode. Fresh.
OC versus Street Profits sounds like a very cynical way to get Raw a win, but it's WWE, they won't go to a finish.
Number 3, Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole. Yes, if you're watching this on Saturday, this rumour makes sense. If you're watching it on Sunday, then you already know whether or not it came true. Pete Dunne is apparently going to be the man to face Adam Cole at Survivor Series. His match with Damian Priest and Killian Dane has a number 1 contendership stipulation for the following night on Survivor Series, and apparently it is Dunne who is going to get the nod in this regard. A good decision, I think, because Damian Priest is excellent but not quite ready for a title feud on a Big 4 pay-per-view, no less. And as much as I love Killian Dane, I don't know who's going to be tuning in to see that match other than Nikki Cross, because they're married.
I'm Killian Dane!
Pre-show, baby!
Can Pete Dunne break his fingers?
Number 2, Sheamus returns. Speaking of people who are technically still a part of SmackDown and could be used to potentially help them win their match, Sheamus has been flown in to Chicago by WWE. We are hearing today, me and Phil put it in the afternoon news, and he has been talking about finally making his return to WWE. Now, don't worry, I can see you there, racking the old brains, trying to work out when the last time you saw Sheamus was, and I'll tell you when it was. It was the post-WrestleMania 35 episode of SmackDown when he got a concussion working against the New Day. He's been off television since then, and also recovering from spinal stenosis, Shane McMahon disease. Last we heard from him was on the Edge and Christian podcast in the summer, saying he was ready for a return, just waiting for the call. And the last we heard about him was when those reports of him being cleared by WWE doctors surfaced in September. So the time is due, and if he's going to be in Chicago, he might well be on the show. Yeah, sorry, as I said before, this one didn't come in till after everyone had gone home, so there's just me and Phil now.
Hi.
What do you think?
About what?
Sheamus?
Yeah, I can't really see it happening.
Fair enough. Cool. Number 1, Kevin Owens defects to NXT. Yeah, we all forgot about this one, didn't we? The little narrative thread that was left dangling on Raw the other night. Triple H trying to coax Kevin Owens back to NXT, telling him how badly treated he's been on the main roster, how he's been fired by every single boss he had, and how he was loved, appreciated, respected, and adored down in developmental. And they didn't really give us any resolution to this, so it is just kind of hanging there. And we do know there's going to be a surprise member of Tommaso Ciampa's team at War Games, a big name we've been promised by Triple H. That could be Kevin Owens, and if indeed it is, then the 4 of them could come out of War Games, the same as the women are doing, and go into that Survivor Series match. We could see Kevin Owens facing off against the main roster the night after he returns to NXT. And who boy, would that be exciting?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, probably. Here's Illinois' state song. By the rivers gently flowing, Illinois, Illinois. Learned that.
You'd think if he wanted to go, he would have done it already. He's been f***ing fired twice.
Rumour within a rumour here, there's also talk that the winner of Riddle versus Balor is also going to get put onto that team. So can we just for a second here, Dominic Dijakovic, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor. Yes, please. So there you have it. Those are all going to stand back in the middle. The last minute rumours you need to know about Survivor Series, which of course I read on the internet somewhere, then put in the article version, which you can read on whatculture.com/WWE, then adapted into this very loose script, came in front of this camera, presented to you, so you didn't have to do any of it. You're welcome. By the way, let me know what you made of it all in the comments below, as well as if you've got any of your own. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will all be back Sunday night for the Survivor Series live stream. Myself, Will Bourne, and Phil. I think I am, of course, doing Ups and Clowns with Simon Miller, where the loser on the evening has to present an episode of Ups and Downs dressed as a clown. So that'll be a whole lot of fun. But in the meantime, yes, as I say, thank you so much for watching. I've, of course, been Adam Cleary. Catch me on Twitter at Adam Cleary, Clery, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.